everybody, welcome to Wacky Weekend Lite, the Down Under show up above, the Artie show without Artie, although his inimitable and omnipresent evil cousin Attila Varga is in the chat, I see. Hope you're all doing well. I saw Greg was here. Hey, Greg, and Heather, if you're in the background somewhere, welcome in. Hello, Chases. Welcome back. It was nice to have you on screen and finally get to hear you talk and see some of your stock last week. Dirk from Southern Cross Rail Systems, welcome in, welcome in. And I started greeting people and 2 people left. So there you go. We've got Hot Dog Pilot Andy is here from across the Great Pond. And let me see, I saw Randall Cunningham. Whoa. Randall Ellison is here. Randall, I'm sorry. We're going to have to talk to Fredo or he's going to lose his sponsorships. Yeah. Hey, Mark from Zantech is here. And let's see. That's it for the names. You just got back from Branson with some new train stuff. Oh, that's always good. Hey, Sir John. Well, John Benicki is here. R. Jack James is here. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Greg from Great Northern 70. Good evening to you. Am I well? How am I doing? I'm better. Definitely more energy. I would say I'm still not feeling up to snuff, but it hasn't stopped me. Good news and bad news in the my model train world. First of all, thanks to all of you who watched my 2 videos about redoing my platforms. But after letting them dry and sit for a day, they lightened up. I don't know. Obviously, the white glue soaking into the cardstock paper. Once everything dried, the platforms lightened up. They're too light of a gray. And I toyed with the idea of using a varnish and tinting it, but they are so light, I said, screw it. And I'm just going to, I went out and bought gray cardstock. So instead of using white cardstock, I'm going to print on dark gray cardstock, and I'm just going to redo them. It only took me a couple hours to do it last time, so it's going to be, so yeah, unfortunately, I've had to, I've made the decision. I'm going to rip off that the platforms bases that I put on, and I'm going to redo them. I'm not happy about it, but yeah, I like this one. To be honest now, somebody bought the black one, and not in my family, somebody else. There's like 3 people besides me who have a Night of the Rhomboid Table t-shirt and 1 other person. And I've already got a stain on it from earlier. I'm wearing dirty clothes on my live stream. Yuck. Terrible. I'm a bit of a clean freak. Not OCD, but if I'm performing in public, I don't like to have stains on my clothes. Anyhow, so I'm just going to redo those platforms in a darker cardstock, and that will solve the problem. So, yeah, what the hell. But since I can't do that today, I have to wait till the paper comes in tomorrow morning. I started something else. And unfortunately, the camera that would best show this is not currently working. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to sort it out, but yeah, it froze during the live stream yesterday, and I can't get it to come back on. I don't know if it, in fact, died or if it's just one of these cases. I have to unplug it, plug it back in, reboot, whatever. But let me see if I could go to the right camera angle. I don't know if this one, I don't think that one will show it, will it? Oh, you might. You might be able to see. Well, you can see it. Well, maybe let's put it this way. My name is in the way. If you can look down where my name is in this camera and look over there, you can see I have started doing something. I'll make it a contest. Who can see what I'm doing? That little placard with my name in the bottom left-hand corner. But you might be able to see a couple of hints. Do 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 do. My hands are above the table. Sorry. If you look over there in the bottom left-hand corner of your visual, you might see what I've been working on today. As I said, my name is a hint. You got to have good eyes if you're staring at one of your little smartphones. I can't see a damn thing. I know. I don't think there is any other option. Well, actually, there is another option. It'll just take me a second and a half to set it up. You're going to have an underpass too, are you? Maybe. Let me see. Where is it? Old tab, new tab. Dual cam, previews, phone cam. Dee. All right. I'm ballasting. Not that this camera is going to give you the best view of it. Okay, maybe I'll move this camera temporarily over here and put it down there. We'll see if that helps. All right, I'm going to come back and go to a different camera. So we want corner view. There. I've been ballasting. I'm actually putting some ballast. That's how cocksure I am, so to speak, of that those tracks are finally how I want them and where I want them. Hey, Monsville, how are you? There's Artie's vacuum cleaner. What? Why is it everything I own is somehow Artie's? I don't understand this. My Railjet is Artie's. Another train of mine is Artie's. The only thing I have of Artie's is his ex-girlfriend, and she's in witness protection. So, yeah, if you see how it's glued up on the side, I'll go through and have to chisel that off on the side. Yeah, my trying to get glue into that tight area was not easy for me. And then Shaky Hands McGee just I really planned on doing a lot more, but my hands started shaky and they just got worse as we went along. But yep, I am putting ballast in. I've got the first of 5 sections I have to do. So I mean, I think it looks acceptable, but right along the platform there in that tight area looks like crap now that the camera's there. But I will dust and brush. Hey, Christopher, how are you? So yeah, that's the thing. So the bad news, I'm going to have to redo the platform covers. Just they're too light. Trust me, I really argued with myself. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I care. I need them darker. They're too light. They are just too light. I'm not happy about it. So I'm going to reprint them, and hopefully they'll come out looking even better. Well, he can't find his vacuum cleaner, and it's been 10 months since I've been to his place, and he hadn't used it in 10 months. Then it's probably too late to bother trying to find it and use it now if he's got a house inspection tomorrow. Maybe he can maybe he can convince a couple of mice that the carpet's filled with cocaine and they'll just snort all the dust up. Other than that, yeah, it's nothing really to talk about other than platforms. There is a trick. I actually did a little filming. I don't like to film while I'm working. I cannot work while a camera is on me because I'm distracted with, is the camera catching this? Even if I know I've set the camera up in an angle, I sometimes move and I'm doing something and pointing something out, and all of a sudden realize, oh wait, that's not on the camera, and then I feel like I got to redo it. So I will usually say, here's what I'm going to do, and then I do it. But that stuff is already starting to harden pretty good, and I only laid that about 2 hours ago. Most people talk about you need 24 hours for your ballast, anywhere from 24 to, I've heard some people say, oh, I let it sit for 72 hours. My stuff is usually dry and ready to go in 8 hours. But there's a trick I use that does kind of speed up beyond being in a climate controlled area. Yours is 50 a year. What is 50 a year? Okay, 35 a month to join the train club. Gotcha. Okay. And your club is $10 a pop to visit. So if you went 4 times a month, it would be the same. Yeah, I get that. I was a member of a club that was free to be a member of, but it just, if I join a train club, I want it to be about trains, and you can't talk about trade. So if the guys want to talk about fishing and travel and work and jobs, but they just, it was just nonstop. I mean, I've said it so many times. And if it offends viewers, I'm sorry, too bad. The group I joined, basically, I thought I joined a model train club, and I was attending a chapter of the KKK. Each week it was which racial group or religious group they hated the most. And I'm sorry, I can't be a part of a group like that. It's one thing to have political views. It's another thing where, the ghost of my grandfather would come back and kick my ass if I stayed a member of that group. Which is a shame. There were some decent people in the club. And half the club were old German guys, because it was a European Railway Group. Yeah, but anyhow, otherwise it's been the motivation. I am highly motivated. I have not been this positively motivated to work on my layout in years, because I finally fixed all the little problems that were holding me back. Obviously, the Fowler car is looming and needs attention, but these are things I can get done that are going to make the layout look nice. These are things that are going to get done and start feeling like I'm getting things done on that layout. Now, the hardest thing is getting the right materials on my platforms, as well as building the platform. I wanted to share a couple of things with you, and I put them on the wrong computer. I forgot to bring them down. I loaded them on my computer upstairs, and I forgot to bring them down here so I could show these to you. Oops. Somebody's not the sharpest tool in the shed today. I, again, will continue to plead sick as I struggle with trying to remember getting things oh, you're finally going to open, are you? But yeah, I wanted to show you. But what I'll do is I'll show you the satellite imagery of what I've got to build, and maybe even some more. Let's go to Google Maps first. And I will do that. And I will share some of these pictures. We'll look at some of these pictures together. So let's go to, bear with me, my friends. Yeah, I tried to show this in my live stream yesterday. So for some of you, most of you, it's probably a repeat of what I did yesterday. So just be patient with me. And let's go to Windows. So here is the satellite image of what I'm dealing with. Hey, Todd Armstrong, welcome in. Is what networked? So anyhow, here is the best way to put it. Satellite imagery of the station. That is one giant, basically aluminum roof, 2 aluminum roofs, but I probably won't do this outer one here. Probably won't do that outer one that's along the line here. And that has glass in the middle. But I do want to get this larger section here, which covers platforms 1, 2, 3. 1 is right here, platform 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is under the second roof. So I probably will make the second roof. And then 8, 9, which would be the outer one. So 3 of them are under the big hall. 1's under the, well, technically 2 platforms. So it is, it's definitely a, no, I keep my computer separate. Sometimes it's easier to share files that way, but it also becomes a hassle because I have certain things on each computer that I don't want on the other computers. Hey, Raymond Anthony 127, welcome in. Hey, Jeff's Trains. that joist on the platform. Not in any of these pictures. But yeah, so it's just a giant roof. And then if I were to go like this, it's a beautiful, it really is a beautiful exterior station. But when you go inside, here's the side. You can kind of see, hope you guys are seeing this picture here. Just a big glass frame there, but it's only supported on the sides. There is not an interior support system. All of its weight is distributed on the post on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, for lack of a better way to say those terms. It doesn't have weight supporting posts down the middle. I want to see if this will give us. There you go. So that's a nice big image of it. But yeah, I want to build that. I really want to build that, but it's going to have to be scratch built. I'm just trying to see if I could get one more picture that would kind of show you. This one's not really going to be big enough to show anything. But yeah, if you look inside, I don't know how well you can look in the back there. There's no support structure. It's all the weight is distributed to the sides. All the weight is distributed to the sides. So it's not like I have to build 10,000 columns. So enough of that silliness. I'll take this all down because I'm sure I bored the bejeebus out of everybody with this. But that's not the next step. But the next step, other than recoating them with darker gray. And if you're not understanding why, you have to understand, I printed these up with an inkjet printer. I can't just take paint and darken it. The paint would leach into the paper and mix with the ink and take away all the details in the ink. Okay, this is printed on cardstock. Okay, it'd be like taking a photograph and trying to paint over it and think that the paint will darken what's in the photograph. No, it's just going to cover the photograph so that you can't see the details in the photograph. So I'm not happy with how it is. It's not a big deal to print it up. The biggest deal is cutting all the pieces out, because even with my teacher's official paper cutter over there, I still always cut things a little wonky. Even though it's all set up to square it, I cut things a little wonky. Hey, Tammy and Ray, hope you're doing all right. So there's no kit. I've got to try to find a way to 3D build, and it's got to be the right dimension. Okay, it's got to be the right dimension to fit over the 3 platforms I need it to fit over. And that means custom. I got to get a specific length. And then I'm hoping I can 3D print probably in 3 pieces. The left triangular section of the arch, the right triangular section of the arch, and the straight. Join those together. Build probably 2 more for weight support. 1 at the other end and then 2 in the middle, even though those aren't technically there in the actual station, but do it anyhow just for weight support. But the other big issue I have is I have to buy all the accessories, the right benches, the right type of garbage cans. And the problem is I can't find companies that say, oh yeah, we make the little garbage cans, the 4-sided recycling cans. You can get 2 or 3 in these platform kits from Fowler or Keebri, but you can't just get a bag of them. I've looked to see if somebody 3D prints them and makes them, but then you'd have to paint them and you'd have to try to make the decals for them. And I would just rather have them already pre-painted and decaled for me. But there are kits that you can get. But yeah, it's a lot. It's going to be a lot of nickel and diming and trying to find the right things. I've gone through all my stuff, and I have a few spare pop machines and ticket machines, but not enough. There is a company that sells them, and I can get, 8 for $50, but that's still kind of pricey when you think about it. So if I can find somebody that does, like, yeah, we do pop machines for cheaper, you can get 10 for $30. We print up Coke machines and candy machines. And if I can find somebody that does it cheaper, then I'll happily buy them, because a pop machine, a pop machine or a candy machine, they're the same no matter how you slice it. But you have to, I've got to find them. But the right type of benches and the ticket machines, those are going to be a little bit more work. So anyhow, I've babbled enough for half an hour, and I'm sure I've chased away half the crowd. But yeah, it's I'm going to go ahead and post the link. And if people want to come in, and I have a 3D printer. I have a 3D printer. Some things I can print, I just can't design. That's my problem. I can't design. I have tried using Tinkercad, and I have designed some very simplistic buildings, but I just, because somebody said, why don't you 3D print these platforms? And unfortunately, I wouldn't know how to design it so that it's a brick pattern. That it's a very narrow brick pattern, and then also put in the stay back and warning tiles that also are designed to work with blind people with their sticks, that they can feel the pattern in there and know what that says. In Germany, they're very aware of the blind and special needs, so that sidewalks and everything are designed to help the blind and other people understand where they're at, and safety, and beginning of stairs, end of stairs, obstruction in front of you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So anyhow, here's the link if people want to come up and chat. I'd like to try to keep this. Yeah, like I said, I've got a really high quality 3D printer. I just suck at design. So if somebody's good at design, then I can tell them I need something this high, this wide, as an arc, and go from there. Wow, look at all the people jumping up here. Hey, Clintonville, how are you? Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around. We're too busy singing to put anybody down. All right, coming first to the stage, some thunder from down under, our friend Greg. Hello, Greg. You are up on the stage. How are you, sir?
Could be better.
Indeed.
Been a tough week.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, it's just since I ran out of the CBD oil, it's taken a bit to get back up again.
Oh, okay.
Because it's often hard. It sounds stupid when there's so much drugs around, but yeah, the CBD oil every so often becomes very hard to get.
Indeed, and it's, of course, it's also widely used, more and more widely used.
Yeah. Well, it does. It helps so much. People go, but it really, you cannot believe how much pain relief, how much nausea relief it gives. It's amazing stuff.
Right. Mama Jar.
And then I've been dealing with flood again.
Oh, another one, right? You mentioned that briefly through the week.
Yeah. So if you hear the noise in the background, it's the dehumidifier trying to dry things out, and there's stuff on tables, and we've got the plumber coming in finally tomorrow to look at it.
Okay.
So, and how are you feeling?
It's obviously when so many other people are suffering and you just get a bad cold or something like that. I've mentioned it a lot just because it's been what my week's been. I've been sick, but I'm getting better. I don't have all my strength back, but I can put it aside as long as I've got something positive I'm working on that doesn't take a lot of energy. But when I was putting that ballast in, that's when all of a sudden I realized I'm not fully ready to do this. So I stopped after getting one section that I wanted to do done. I really thought I'd get all 5 sections done today. But, I'm trying to spoon in the ballast and you're going.
Oh, yeah. It's hard. It's like grassing. It's like static grassing.
No, the problem is my shaky hand would work great for static grass.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe it would, yeah.
That would be fine, but trying to get that ballast into a precise little area without throwing it all over. Now, I do have a trick I use to keep from getting it all over the track, because there's a trick to C-track, to ballasting on C-track, because C-track technically is already ballasted. You're actually ballasting in between.
That's like my track, like Kato track.
So you can't use those little ballasting cup things. You fill them up and run them along the track, because it will put ballast where you don't want ballast.
Yep.
Because it's already got ballast there. All right, I'm going to bring up Mark from the UK. So we are spanning the world here, opposite sides of the world. So,
how you doing? Hello, Greg.
Mark, you're loud. Mark, you're loud. Hold up.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, it's on my laptop, that's why.
Okay. So, Mark, you're up on camera now, and we've got Randall Ellison in the basement. Now, we had BNSF Railroad. He dropped out, maybe got tired of waiting, but I tried to bring people up and let him get a couple of words in. So, anyhow, Mark, what are you up to real quickly, so I can bring up.
I've got some coaches down at some ways being resprayed. They will be, I don't know if you can see it. These are standard Farish Mark II in ScotRail livery.
Yeah.
About 6 Mark IIIs painted in the same colours.
Oh, cool. That's
I'm
nice.
waiting for them to come back.
Anybody who knows I love that livery.
I've also got this here. I've got 2 of those, and they run absolutely lovely.
That's the one you were showing in the video, right?
Say again?
You posted you posted a video where you were highlighting this.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I just want
to
make
sure.
Lovely
one take reviews. Done literally in one take.
That's good. All right, we have got Randall Ellison down below. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Roco.
Yeah, I'll put the camera. Hello, Randall. Hope you're all right.
Well, he's not on stage yet because it sounds like he got. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring Randall up. Hey Randall,
Anthony.
you're up on stage, and Randall.
Hey guys. By the way, Anthony, that was me. That was BNSF Big Man or whatever it was. I forgot Peyton Railfan changed my name on there.
Oh, okay.
So
no worries. So good. Okay.
Yeah, we're moving on down. Yeah, let me turn that radio down. Because I'm not on duty for another hour and a half yet.
Okay. Did I see while you were in the basement a train went by?
Yeah, there was a stack train went by. They're bringing some power in and putting it here in the yard. So that's probably what you're hearing in the background. The yard van's talking to the crew on that train or on that light power. So and there's a ballast train sitting way off down there. That's parked. So
Okay. All right. Well, we got one more person in the basement. It is Chase. Now, we all know last week Chase had some issues. I tried to advise Chase that the best way to come on is you want to have the StreamYard. Don't watch on YouTube. Have YouTube muted and watch on StreamYard, and then you don't get the echoing effect. So sometimes you'll have two windows open because when you follow the link, it'll open you up in a StreamYard link. So mute. You don't have to mute your computer, just mute your YouTube video box that has this live stream in it. But otherwise, we're going to see if we got it. Chase, you are on the air. How are you, Chase?
Good. It's not echoing
hey, what's
because I got headphones this time.
Ah, that's good too.
Hey, Chase.
And I muted the YouTube tab.
Perfect. So you will hear us live, so there won't be a delay. And that's cool. So what are you running there, Chase?
Today we have got a Bachmann Alco 260. And on the outside we have a BNSF diesel. It's going around with everything.
Well, that's cool. Cool. Now let me see what did I want to do here. It's easier.
And the steam locomotive is DCC ready.
Cool. Now see, all my stuff is automatically DCC, and that's one of the things I always talk about. Since the vast majority of the world is okay, let's get the right screen up here. Where's the right screen I want? Oh, it's over here. But
while you're doing that, Anthony, Attila Vargas said I'm not in Kansas anymore. So Attila, there's a story behind that. The reason why I had to come back, my driver's license actually expired while I was in Kansas. So I ended up having to come back to renew my driver's license, but I ended up having to leave the van in Kansas. So the van's still in Kansas, but I'm back here. And now things are busy and I can't go back to get the van. So because those two trains I just showed you, those are the work trains that's coming in for next month.
I hope you didn't get booked because I didn't realize. A quick story: my mum had died just before Christmas, and we went down to my wife's parents' place, and we're on our way back, and cops picked us up on a check, and my license had expired, and I hadn't noticed, and we hadn't been home for a month because we were with my dad, and so I copped a real big fine. The funny part about it is he said to my wife, "Oh, have you got your license?" And she said, "Yep, that's fine." So she drove. And as we drove off, I opened her purse and looked at her license. Her license had expired too.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Well,
Now,
it's just we weren't home to get the renewals, and that's the last thing you think of when mum died. So yeah.
A few years ago, my daughter was in an accident that was caused by a truck in front of her, hit somebody else, and debris hit her car and forced her to stop. We got up there, and she actually was driving my van at the time. And we got up there, and I'm looking at the plates, and this was like April or May. My birthday's in December, and that's when you have to renew your license plates. I never renewed them. I had completely forgotten. That's a birthday tradition to go get I have to, every 4 years I have to do my license on my birthday, but I also my driver's license. But every year we have to do our license plates renewal and get the new tag. And we never got busted, but we've been driving on expired license plates for 5 months. Oops.
Oops.
Well, see how I found out about my license expiring. I was on a trip. They had put me on a trip to Shamrock, which is technically liberal Kansas, but and I was dog catching with a crew, and I get a call from my supervisor. I come back to Pratt, and I get a call from my supervisor. He said, "Hey, has your driver's license expired?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I don't ever look at them." He said, "Well, you might order a check, say, because rail crew is getting ready to suspend you." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that could be a problem." And I looked, sure enough, they was expired. So I had completely forgotten about my driver's license coming due because
Wow.
I haven't been
Here
home.
in the UK, Randall, lads, before your license is expired, you get about a month before it expires, you get a letter from the DVLA saying your license is going to expire
No,
soon.
we don't get any warning. At least most states
Yeah.
I know, you do not get a warning. It's your job to keep up with it.
Yeah. I like the
But
station.
for me, it meant me having to go down to the doctors to have a medical.
Yeah, well, until I actually ended up having to ride the bus back. And that is something I do not want to do anytime soon ever again. So,
Oops. Yeah. So what I posted up here, for example, this is one of the things, if I want to get all the platform things like the proper signage, I have to buy a kit like this. Even though I don't need that platform, they don't sell all those little light posts and signs and tickets and signposts. They don't sell those separately. And again, I'm trying to find companies that make those individual bits, but
Well, I tell
I'm
you
not
what,
having any luck.
you buy that kit and I'll take the platform.
Okay.
I'm serious. I'm not happy with a couple of my platforms, so I've been looking for them.
Yeah, because these are official ICE platforms. But
Okay,
all right, well, if I go that route,
I'll-
then
I'll share the cost with you. I'm not asking you for freebie. I'm sharing the cost.
well, I'm not worried about that because if I have to buy them, I have to buy them whether I shared it or not.
No, but I'll pay something
All
towards it
right,
because
well,
I need
I
to.
can't guarantee I'm buying these because if I find something else, I will
No,
go with
that's
something
fine.
else.
That's fine. But if you do, let me know because I will certainly. I need another platform, and I've been looking. So
But just to give an idea, this set comes with two. They're I don't know if the cursor will show up here. Let me see if I can do that. Right here, these two bigger signs right here. I need at least 4 of these for each platform.
Okay. Still.
yeah,
That's 5 platforms times 4. That's 20 of them. So I would have to buy 10. I repeat, 10 of these kits. Not happening.
that's the problem, isn't it? Sometimes,
Indeed.
and it's even worse here because for us, you just can't buy a lot of stuff. They have them. Oh no, we're out of stock. I wanted some walls, stone walls. I can get one, but I want about 3 or 4, and I can only buy 1 or 2 here in Australia, and the rest, well, got to buy them overseas.
For the South Yard lead, 0.
okay. They're bringing the light power
And
in.
then you know that if you're buying products from overseas.
What's that, Mark?
And then you know that if you're buying products from overseas. Well, why can't you buy Australian?
Wow,
Because it's
that's
not in the
one
country.
train running.
Why can't I buy Australian? Because they don't exist in Australia. Nobody, sorry, that's not right. Very few people stock N scale in Australia. And the N scale they do stock is all US. It's very hard to get British
Yeah,
N scale
overall
in
stock.
Australia. And it's also grossly expensive, grossly overpriced. You know, I can buy a model train for $300 or a Roco for $300 in Australia, in UK, but here in Australia the same thing is $600.
Bloody hell.
Yep.
Is that because of the just the cost of getting it out now? Is it because
No,
the
it's because
the
of
Aussie dollar?
it's because that they just put huge markups on them.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's just over in Perth, Attila. Just over in Perth.
Yeah, I've already looked there, Attila. Don't worry, I've looked everywhere. I've done a Google search on what I want, and you can't always find what you want.
The Stones have a song about that.
I just recently bought. The best thing I had was I just recently bought something from the UK. I ordered it on Thursday last week, and it arrived Monday this week. That's
too
just
bad.
unheard of. That's quicker than I can get anything from Australia. It takes about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, now going back to this
A
comment
while
by
ago, I ordered some.
That could have been a lot worse. Now,
Alright, what was-
the engine was
what was
not.
that,
I ordered
Chase?
some stuff from Leeds, and also ordered an item from Japan.
Yes.
And it was basically a pair of those. One came from Japan, the other came from Leeds. They were dispatched in day. The one from Japan came by FedEx, the one from Leeds came by Royal Mail. FedEx got to be first.
I have that. I buy from Lipa, and I buy from if I buy from an American shop.
Well,
And
was going to
I'll get it faster from Lipa than I'll get anything from an American shop. And it will cost me more money from the American shop. So
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, since I don't have a local shop, I buy online, and I buy online from overseas.
So do I.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. Anyhow, Clintonville mentions they need a part scanner to work with 3D printers. There are actually cheap, and please note the quotation marks, 3D scanners that you could go from anywhere from $200 American to $1,000 American that you can buy off of Amazon, for example, that are 3D scanners, and they do you take an item, and it's got the rotating table, it scans it for you, and it creates a G code, it creates an STL file that you then modify to what scale you want and create a G code out of it.
Yeah, you're right, Mons. Yep, very few people in Australia follow.
And yet, I don't know what it is, but the majority of the Aussie people I follow do UK trains. And I figured that was kind of a standard, other than if they did Australian trains. Like when I started following Artie, he was doing American and Australian trains. And he was the only Australian I was following that wasn't doing UK trains.
Yeah, look, it comes back, I think, it probably comes back to when we were young kids. And when we were young kids, all you could buy was Hornby. Or actually, Triang. And when I was...
God, that mate goes back a while. That does Triang.
Well, I'm an old guy. And Triang Hornby was all you could buy. And then they disappeared. And then the next thing you know, it's all American. And that's probably why you find it's American. So it's only the really old guys like me who will actually model. And I'm also half English. So, you know, my dad was an English man and never naturalized, sorry. I also have family in England, so I have great ties. And I've been there quite a few times.
Right now, Artie, when we visited Artie, we went to Sydney, and we did go into a small shop in Sydney that was almost all UK, but it was 00. I don't recall N scale, but
No,
they
that's
had a large.
Cars. I can't say the name. Carzal.
That might have been it.
I can't say the name properly. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's the problem. That's the problems. A lot of shops here are all HO or O gauge, and the sprinkling of N gauge is really And because I guess I'm a bit specialised in doing East Midlands. That's even harder.
Right.
And I do East Midlands because I've ridden them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like you, Anthony. When you started, I only bought trains that I've ridden on, and I've ridden on. I thought about this the other day. I think I've been on a East West, but I've been mostly on East Midlands trains, so that's why I model them.
You'll probably remember the old 153s then.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear it either.
You'll probably remember the class 153s that East Midlands trains used to run.
Yes, I've got 153s.
Yes, you do.
I've got two of them. One new one and one older style one. So one's the new purple colour, and the other one's in the blue, yellow, and red colour.
I thought East Midlands stopped using the 153s, and obviously not.
Sorry, I'm getting a lot.
Thanks, everybody. Okay, first of all, it looks like Hot Dog Pilot Andy is checking out for the night. Good night, Andy. I'll
Good night, Andy.
in the morning.
See you, Andy.
Mark, you went from being really loud when you came in to now we have trouble hearing you. So we got to find a middle space for you.
Right, because I've not altered. What Streamlabs did go black on each other a couple of seconds ago.
Again. Now, Greg already took us to a place called Bear Hobby.
Oh, Berg's Hobby, all right.
Berg Hobby. And then we went to, it was Australian Railway Models, the big shop he took us to, where I bought already a locomotive, because, yeah, that was a big place. And a lot of Australian and a lot of US.
Well, we don't have many big places here in Melbourne. There are very few really big places.
So odd with such a big town, with such a large population.
Yeah, well, over 5 million people, but... And they're all... My closest decent one is about 40 minutes away. I have one close one that has sometimes stopped, but the closest one's about 45 minutes away.
Yeah, the problem is that platform details. In Germany, on platforms, they have very specific type of recycling garbage that I need to get. And I have not found a place on Thingiverse that makes them.
Wait, what are you looking for specifically?
Well, I don't have. I don't have an example I can have because they're all glued onto my platforms over there. It's a 4-sided recycling waste can.
I might be able to 3D CAD one.
The problem is then I'd have to get stickers or paint for the rest of it, and that becomes so involved. I appreciate these offers. I just I do not do painting, and I definitely don't do stickers well anymore. In the old days, I could hand paint them, but now I can't do fine detail HO painting. My hands shake too much. So if I want to get stuff that's finished, even if I have to pay more money for it, I have the luxury. I can pay for it to have it finished.
Yeah, my hobby Rama. I bought some stuff from Woodpecker, but Woodpecker's too dear. I buy small things from them, but I buy from Perth. I buy from a lot of them, but they're all too dear if you want locos or any sort of rail stock. It's gross. Even plastic cards sometimes. It's cheaper to get them overseas than here.
Right, let's see if this.
Okay, so I think that's yeah, that's Chase's track. Chase, your train run is coming in a little loud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, is it like echoing?
No. There's no echoing. It's just it comes in loud as it comes closer to wherever your camera or mic is.
Oh, if I change the camera here, let me change it to this camera.
Wow, there's a Baby Ruth boxcar. Chase, can I ask you how old you are?
I am 18 currently.
Okay.
Why?
Way back in 1969. Now you're running HO, right?
Right.
In 1969, okay, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away,
The galaxy.
the only American train set I ever got, my father bought me for Christmas. I was 6 years old. I had just turned 6 the week before. And my father bought me a Piko. Have you ever heard of the company Tyco?
Yes, I collect Tyco.
Do you?
I have like 100 boxes of just Tyco.
Oh, dude, if you got a video of that, I would love to see it.
Like, there's like, I want to say around 100 empty boxes.
Oh, cool.
Of just Tyco.
My dad bought me a Santa Fe Super Chief with was it an F7, an F3? I think it was an F7 Santa Fe Super Chief with the war bonnet.
Here,
it came with that Baby Ruth boxcar, right? That you have right there. It came with that Baby Ruth boxcar. Seeing it on your train. It took me back 50. What are we going back? 54? No, what is it? 56 years. Oh crap! I don't want to say that.
I paused it, so I paused the train so that way. Yeah, most of the stuff that you see on screen here is Tyco. Most of it that you see is Tyco.
Wow, those are sharp cars for a Tyco, but that's definitely later era Tyco, I will say.
Yeah, brown box is the later era.
Was it Tyco who made the train set where you can go take the train, send it up a wall and stuff?
You know what? I'm not sure it's Chase's mic. That might be Mark's train's one.
Yeah, because I turned the train off. The train's not moving.
Yeah, I have actually got a what's it called? See if I can
Here, if I just turn off my layout real quick, I can just there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever the background noise was just ended, but we had two people turn things off.
I just stopped the EF.
Here, should I restart?
No, you're good. You don't have to change anything.
Is it still making the noise? I just turned my set back on.
Yes, that's the issue. That's the noise.
Okay.
So
there we go.
And it's gone now?
And now it's on again. And now it's gone. Okay. Okay. Yep.
Okay. It's off right now. Is it
And
still
we are
there?
good. That's it. Yeah. Every time you turn it on, we're getting the very high pitch. Okay, right there.
Oh, I hear it. Okay. There must be a microphone in that camera that it's picking up.
Yeah, because mine's using my camera is now a microphone. We're using the laptop that's sat on the baseboard.
It's tricky. I remember my first time going on live and forgetting that I had cameras with the mics on everywhere. And so people were getting me echoing 5 times around. I had to learn to shut all the camera mics off except for the actual microphone I use. It's
there
crazy.
we go. Is it good now? Is it gone?
Yes, we are perfect. We are perfect.
Okay, I changed the microphone so it does not pick up from that camera anymore.
There you go.
It
So
only
now
picks up.
See, there
It
goes
only
that
picks
baby
up.
Ruth again. There goes that baby Ruth again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll always try to give you a thumbs up as well that everything's good because
I have lots of Tyco stuff.
that's amazing. That's amazing because I there's only one picture of me with that train set and it's unavailable to me. I'll never get it. Basically where my dad said, "That's your Christmas present, smile." And if you didn't smile, then he gave you a reason not to smile. So you're like, look how happy I am with this train set. And it was, but yeah, anytime I see a Baby Ruth rolling stock, it takes me back to that car. Santa Fe Super Chiefs are all over the place. It doesn't make me think of it, but I don't see Baby Ruth rolling stock. Now we have somebody else that's patiently waiting in the basement. So let's all welcome somebody else. We have 3 Americans, 1 Aussie, and now our second UK. Please welcome a man that has joined the dark side. He has left 00 for now. He's not only joined HO, he could actually be deported from the United Kingdom because he has gone continental HO as of this weekend.
Sounds dangerous.
Christopher, my good friend
Hey.
Christopher.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Not bad, thanks. How's everyone else?
Welcome. And before we start, is that any better with my train running?
Yes, you are good. You are good, Mark. We have sourced the odd sounds out.
From one HO guy to another, welcome to the dark side.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, right now we have
between it and the board.
we have 2 N scale. We have 2 N scalers. They're both next to me. Well, we have 2 N scalers, and then we have 3 official HOers, Chase, Randall, and myself. And then the newest guy who's going from, actually, he's still N scale. He's still N scale, primarily Japanese N scale. And again, being from the UK, he has taken a lot of unfair guff for being a Japanese N scale guy. And so he has now, after trying to do TT scale, he has come to the dark side. Not only is he doing HO, but he joins me in the realm of 3-rail, although he doesn't officially have anything 3-rail yet.
Not yet, no. No. Soon, no. Soon, no, hopefully. Yeah.
Although the one kind of caveat to that, Anthony, I'm not actually at my HO scale yet. I'm here where the real trains are at.
Right.
So,
you're at your 1-to-1
real
scale.
train.
yeah.
Oh, Anthony's gone. Okay.
I have to do this. Sorry, kids.
Oh, here we go.
Time, people take over the world! Finally, at a time, HO favors the German system. We shall take over.
Jawohl, Herr General.
It's a violent overthrow of N scale.
Is ours. Today's the UK, tomorrow America, and then the world. We already own Central Europe, you bastards.
The violent overthrow begins now.
HL3 waves, baby. You better get used to it because it is coming your way.
We need to somehow work this into the Fredo Bangino series that I'm doing in NASCAR. I haven't figured that part out yet.
Hey, if Fredo doesn't get his act together, there's not going to be any more Fredo Bangino series.
No, there's not going to be. We're going to have to end up firing the guy. I mean, we've got Kahat Automotive Enterprises coming after us now, and it's just getting ugly.
Randall, do you have HO3 there?
Unfortunately, I don't.
That's it. That was in front for you.
Yes, I will. I will take my punishment now.
And trust us, this time we don't have Italy tagging along, holding us back. No River Rossi, no Lima, babies. It's just Merkman.
I did look at some Merklin trains down at Memphis the other day, though. Those things are cool.
Well, I do have access to a Hornby, actually. I bought my grandson a play train.
Oh, okay.
Again, I bought it from Rails of Sheffield because it worked out to be a quarter of the price than here in Australia. Oh, Dundas Junction, hi.
Hey, James.
There are no wacky people here.
Yes, we're wacky.
There are no wacky people here. We Germans
The
don't
plane
do
is
that.
pissing overhead.
Is that your picker, Harbor? Or are you just happy to see me? Sadly, we haven't seen Colonel Klinkerhoff in a while. He left his helmet in a chair and then sat down.
I didn't make that mistake once.
Had to be.
Wow.
Well, since we've all gone quiet, I guess.
Wacky weekend.
But yeah, so Christopher, would you like to show your new?
Well, I've got it here in front of me. Yes.
Convenient, isn't it convenient that he started with an Austrian locomotive?
It's Bavarian, I believe, is the.
It's Bavarian. Oh, it is Bavarian. Yeah, Bavarian.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Bavarian. I got to get rid of the Prussian accent. Now I have to go to the Bavarian accent where we have to drill our R's. He has an Austrian, a Bavarian accent.
No,
A
it does say
Bavarian
underneath
train. Yeah,
It does say underneath it's made in Austria.
Bavarians trill their R's.
See you, Monsville.
Good night, Monsville. Stay safe on your way to New Zealand.
Good night, Monsville. Have a nice and safe trip in New Zealand.
Watch out for the All Blacks. Oh, Mr. Zantek
Watch
is
out for the
back.
street.
Austrian is not Hungarian, you crazy Australian. Hungary was part of Australia. Oh my God, Austrian is Hungarian. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
We just made a bunch of Magyars happy by saying, sure, they'll call it the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But guess who the king of Hungary was? An Austrian. It shut you up for a while and kept the empire alive for another 40 years.
Yeah, it does say made in Austria underneath it, to be fair, but yeah. No, I'm very, very impressed with it. It's
Yeah, that's why I was thinking Austrian originally, because Roco is an Austrian company.
yeah, very, very impressed with it. I've paid a lot
Not
more for a
Austrian,
lot worse.
so was that little corporal with the funny mustache.
Yes.
Yeah,
how
we
are the
got
tree
train.
painting going?
Finally.
No, Austria and the Styrian lands were bigger than Hungary. And Hungary, if you're going to keep talking about Hungary at La Varga, Hungary was Serbia and Moldava and part of the Czech Republic and part of Poland. You didn't have that. That's why Hungary today is this size. Take away all the lands you claimed were yours, and Hungary's just a tiny little state like this.
Nothing. You just.
Is that an FD? Is that an FD40 there, Randall, and the BNSF?
That's probably. I'm trying to look and see if it's got the. I think that's an ES44 DC. It's got a 7200 number on it, so.
The big bugger.
Yeah, they're big engines. The Tier 4s are gigantic.
Poor Chase. It's only the second time with the live stream, and he's wondering what the hell is going on here.
They keep crashing and
And
derailing.
for all you Santa Fe fanatics, there's your war bonnet right there.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
Aha, there we
BNSF.
go.
It's all wrong now.
What's the war? Randall, what do you mean by war bonnet?
So the engine I just showed you, that's Santa Fe's final paint scheme. That's what they dubbed their super fleet scheme, but it's kind of a throwback to the red and silver war colors they used on their passenger trains. But they call them war bonnets, and I'm not real sure the exact reasoning why they do it. Somebody that's follows Santa Fe a little closer could probably tell you better, but
all right, it's actually very easy. It's actually very easy, but can I
think it has to do with Native American.
Well, yeah, the train was the locomotive, or the train was called a super chief, as in a Native American tribal leader. And so it was the super chief, and they put this red paint scheme on it that the original or the basic Santa Fe's had just a little bit of red paint, or not even red paint at all on the front of the locomotive. But they did this really wild paint, and some of them actually had feathers out of it, but they got rid of the feathers very quickly. And so they called it the war bonnet. So if you see the most famous icon, I'm trying to get this, open image, a new tab. There we go. And I will try to share this real fast, but fast is not my forte. Joyce might disagree with that, but that's a different story.
Now, I know
you didn't hear that,
with these Dash 9s, BNSF actually ordered these from the factory like this, where they were painting their predecessor schemes. The Dash 9s and the SD75Ms that Santa Fe had originally ordered, they continue to come in, like that.
That's the war bonnet. When you see a Santa Fe with the red going all the way back like that, and a little bit at the bottom going all the way along the B units, is that what they're called, Randall?
Yes, the capital units.
So that is the war bonnet. If it doesn't have that double bit where you've got the upper part goes back a bit past the driver's window, and then the long bit, and for a very brief period of time, they actually would have feathers at the top of that, so that it looked like the headdress of a Native American chief. But that was very limited, and it was too much money, and they stopped doing it rather quickly. And that's the only thing I know about American trains, period.
Now, I do know there's sorry, Anthony, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I just say, but that is basically, that was the first model locomotive I had, and I played with it about anywhere from 3 to 5 times, and then never played with it again. We moved houses, and I didn't have a place where I could set it up, and I was into either playing sports outside or military stuff, soldiers, and building military dioramas and models and blowing them up. But that was the war bonnet.
That number there, 306, in that what looks like to be a headcode box. Was that the loco number? Or was that the train? It looks like you rotate it round if you like change the train reporting number.
Well, technically, you could go in there and change those numbers, but no, that's not its official running number. That's just the locomotive number. Just like if you had a class 66, it was 66017. 017 was its building order. So this would be number 306.
Okay. Because
So,
it just looks like an old BR headcode box where you'd have like 1 to 7 for the type of train, then a letter, M, N, S, or whatever, you know to where the train was going, then 2 other numbers for the actual train number, like 1S21, which would be a train, Scotland-bound train, Class 1 Express. It was the 21st train of the day or something like that.
Okay,
so the one behind it will be 1S22.
Because obviously today you have train numbers and route numbers. And now they even have, like in Germany, it's gotten crazy because you have the locomotive number. And then it used to be real easy. It was like, for example, we would catch a train known as the RE Regional Express, RE 4411. All the trains that ran that route were number 44. That route was 44. East to west, west to east, it was route 44. If it was an odd number, it was going west to east. 40. So we took 44 to 11. That would be the 6th one of the day going that way. So you'd have 4401, 4403, 4405, and so on and so on. We would always catch 4411 that arrived at Delmenhorst at 8:58 and went to Bremen and got to Bremen at 9:13, so we could catch the 9:30 train from Hanover, or we'd go Bremen to Hanover and catch the 9:30 train to go to Goslar, and we did it for 15 years in a row. Going the other way, they were even numbers, 44, 12, 44. Now they just call it the RE8 or the R8. And all day it's just the R8, and they don't give it any more numbers than that. You just got to know what time you want to catch it. But the German system until about 10 years ago was that organized. So 4411 was going to be the one that stopped at Delmenhorst at 8:58, and then there'd be one like every half hour. There'd be 2 an hour. So 4413 would show up at 9:28 at Delmenhorst heading towards Bremen.
I think Chase is in the basement, Anthony.
Oh, I didn't know you dropped out. My apologies. Welcome back, Chase. I'm terribly sorry I didn't know you dropped out.
Hello. I don't know what happened.
The gremlins. Either that, you have no memory of what happened. Aliens.
Yeah. No,
I don't know why it just cut me out for some reason.
Oh, maybe my laptop battery died, so I've had to put my laptop on charge. No warning, gone.
I know Zantag was asking me about this engine that's leading right here. This is, like I said, this is what they call a ES44 DC, and these are the last, at least for now, DC traction motors built, DC traction locomotives built, and everything past that. I think it started 2010 or 2011. They switched to what they call the C4 variants, which are a AC traction engine, but they only have 4 traction motors as opposed to the 6, with the center axle being dead.
So what we would have is an A1A.
Right, it's a A1A style truck, and there's a ton of them that runs through here. But the thing was, they were supposed to equal or surpass a C44-9, the engine that's behind the one you're looking at. the Warbine engine. Unfortunately, that proclamation was a lot better on paper than it is in real life because those locomotives are pretty helpless. In fact, around here, when one has an issue, they proclaim it as the C4 curse. So, because they have what they call a variable, it's some kind of variable traction control that they have in them, and it senses wheel slip. Well, because you're down 2 traction motors, you've cut way down on your pulling capabilities, and the engine is more liable to slip. These things, the C4s are not built for going over heavy grades at low speeds. They're built to go 70 miles an hour on flat land. Because I've talked to the engineers that work here, they say the faster they go, the better they actually are.
Yeah, because then you got the weight of the train also partly pushing you as well.
Right.
Now, this is going to sound weird and perhaps counterintuitive, but there is a solution to that C4 problem.
Stick 2 more traction motors on that.
Which is, no. The solution to your C4 problem is C4.
Yeah.
Mm.
And a spark to make it go.
Andy.
Get high on the train while you're high on the train.
That's right. George
I know a
Carlin.
railroad.
I'm
I
high
know
on the plane
railroad.
while I'm high on the plane.
I know a railroad that has grades so steep that it's from the bottom to the top of the train car.
Oh, I believe that.
It's the Frisco Silver Dollar line in Missouri.
Oh yeah, that's
It's got some real steep grades.
That's a beast of a main line.
Yep.
Yeah, I found out the hard way that Missouri is very hilly.
Well, see,
Ozark Mountains.
Yeah, I did not know that Missouri was fully in. I always think of Arkansas when I think of the Ozark Mountains, and I know Missouri's close. But yeah, my wife got seasick the first time she drove through Missouri.
So,
It was Route 37 or whatever it was, and we were just going past Chillicothe in Missouri, and wow, my wife was turning green.
This train here is pointed south, so when it gets a crew on it, it'll be heading towards Memphis, Tennessee. Once the train hits about Black Rock, the tracks really flatten out and straighten out, and they can get some really fast running down through there.
Mark, what do you got there, Mark?
This is what we have as an A1A, it's a class 31.
First engine I ever drove was one of those.
Yeah, known as PEDs amongst other names because it was so slow.
Yeah, you open the throttle and about 3 years later it does something.
Also known as
guys left in America to like what?
Because he was so ugly, but I think it's a pretty little locomotive.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're an acquired taste. They're better with the head coat box.
Yeah, I mean this has got the
the light scene. Yeah, they're better with that box on top.
Sometimes it's all about the livery.
But
hold on, I didn't like what I did.
All about the livery, baby.
In BR large logo livery.
Oh yes.
Which I'll go get in a second. Just bear with me.
The other thing I'll show you is pretty cool about the former Santa Fe -9s.
We're chasing Chase right now.
So if you look at the top of the cab on that -9 there, they've got notches cut in the side of them.
I'm trying to find another camera so I can show you all my Tyco boxes.
Uh-oh. Because we'll have to make you big when you do that. We'll have to embiggen you. And again, I'll put that out there. Nobody answered last week. What's the reference if I say embiggen? Okay, you've got a British Rail. What do you have here? That is a class.
That's another class 31 in large logo.
That's another class 31.
Looks pretty good, that, yeah.
See, my problem is every time you guys hold up an N scale, you're always holding them like this, and they're just small enough it looks like it's a cigar. Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
pull much though. I think about.
But then again,
6 or 7
maybe that's the
kids-
cool thing. That's the cool thing. You can be high about your trains and nobody would know.
I
Yeah.
found a camera. I repeat, I found a camera.
N scale, man. N scale, class 31, baby.
Yeah, it always amused me. The one I drove was called Coldwell Power Station. It was in coal sector delivery, named after a nuclear power plant.
Hey,
So
is that 30
Yeah.
hey, is that 31? Is that 31 lit up?
Yeah.
No, but I am.
It's always a good day to go visit the train dealer.
Yeah, Caldwell Power Station. They're the first. It was I believe it was a Magnox power station.
I think it was, wasn't it? Yes.
Actually, located at Sellafield.
Yeah, sadly,
But-
you suffer a little bit from what we do. Although you've got much better passenger train service in Canada than the United States does. James.
We're taking a trip to the storage room. Is that on screen?
Oh wow.
Yes. Oh, hang on. We've got to embiggen him.
Oh nice.
What's the best
All
way?
5-3.
We'll just do that way.
Raise the pass
there you
right
go.
where I live.
Oh my
That's
God!
what
There's
I
no,
thought.
there's no brown Tyco boxes. There's your brown Tyco boxes. I mean, they were like that 60s, 70s, into
There's
the
a
80s.
ton, there's a whole
That's
ton of
what
them
John
down
Bull
there.
said in there.
There's a ton of them down there. There's a ton of boxes back there. It's really hard to see because there's like no light.
All right, if
there.
this turns into a Blair Witch Project bit, I'm out.
Yeah, there's your John
18-year-old
Bull
doesn't
right
get
there.
that.
Yeah, I've got one of those somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of boxes in here. Yeah, that whole section down there is just all Tyco. It's just Tyco.
Tyco. Oh my God! I just had the one thing Tyco, and the funny thing is, I remember Tyco. The last gasp in their life is they did the space age train.
Mhm.
They did the military space age train that you could have it go up 90 degrees up a wall. It had a magnetic traction, so you could have it. You could do the track bend 90 degrees against the wall, and it went up the wall and came back down. You know, trying to jump in on the Star Wars, tried to combine Star Wars and model trains. And sadly, it didn't do well because by that, at that time, model trains with like my generation, Star Wars toys were cool, but model trains just weren't.
Did I think have a scale exit type trigger grip controller as well?
God,
All this stuff is Tyco I have not touched yet.
Oh God!
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to this box of Tyco.
Wow.
Didn't take me 31 back.
Well,
There's-
Lord knows what could be in there.
There's some catalogs. I know there's a couple of freight cars in there. And like 1 or 2 accessories are also in there. Okay. Oh, there's a couple catalogs. And there's a power pack in there as well.
I still had the old power pack here. It's
Yeah.
buried somewhere around here.
This one here is new in box. This one, I don't think this one's ever been used.
I say,
Oh my gosh!
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Oh, that is very close to the power pack I had with the little extended slide bar.
Yeah, I think I have
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 of those power packs now.
Oh wow!
They just
Those
kind
are
of
still
randomly
useful.
come.
Those are still useful.
Yeah, I think this is all. I'm pretty sure these are all my accessory boxes over here, and a couple of Lionel boxes.
Now, are the Lionel O gauge or are they the rare Lionel HO?
I do not currently have. Actually, I lied. There is a Lionel box, but it's in the other room. It's for their rail scope.
A
friend of mine actually had one of those in his store one time.
I have a rail scope in here somewhere. I think it's under the. Yeah, there's the box for it, for the scope. You can see that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
And there's another Tyco accessory behind that. I have not found the space to put that on my layout yet, but I will.
You'll find
Eventually.
space somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
what,
want
what-
to-
Chase, there's a
What you
channel.
do-
I don't know if you're familiar. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
I was just gonna say, what you do is you find where your train is near a wall, and it'll help you actually expand the running. You knock a hole in the wall, and then you put the tunnel there, and you just tell everybody it's an illusion, like a
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote fake tunnel, but it's actually a real one that goes through. You just put the tunnel on both sides of the wall,
Yeah.
run the train through. I think we have a winning idea there. Oh, look at all those locos.
Oh wow.
Those are cool. That's one thing I always liked about Tyco is just the crazy paint schemes they came out with.
Yeah.
Back
like
in the day.
the Golden Eagle.
Was that
Yeah.
Billy
Oh,
Boy
the
there?
Golden Eagle. Oh, you've got the Golden Eagle. I have a video where I have a commercial for the Golden Eagle because that was their last gasp of regular trains. They had an all silver one and an all gold one.
And of course, you have to get the matching caboose.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I really loved about Tyco was all the unique paint
That is
schemes.
shiny as well.
Yeah, that's one thing Tyco did really well, I thought.
Yeah.
But you have the prototype modelers that absolutely despise these things and want them gone from all railroading. but
And then you got the people like us who just completely love them to
Yeah.
pieces.
Well, when it comes to me, I like my model trains to run. If they're super detailed and can't go around the corner because there's that much detail on them, they're no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to switch gears here for a second to get off the Tyco kick.
What were you going to say, Andy, before about a channel?
Oh, what I was going to say was, I don't know if you're familiar with Dirty Dan's Trains, but he's a Tyco.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he works on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he
Right,
loves
go-
Tyco. He loves
They're
Tyco.
bringing up a topic I want to make a comment on here. Artie and James have been talking about railway because this is a problem in the United States where although Amtrak and the government supposedly owns track lines, it's actually controlled by the major railway companies, and they each own lines. And yeah, passenger or freight traffic has priority. That's why you could go, it can only take 5 hours to go from Toledo to Chicago by Amtrak, or it could take 9 hours, or it could take 13 hours. It's just how often you have to wait and pull off to let all the freight through. In Germany, there are some freight only lines that open up going through some cities where they can direct through, but passenger service is priority. Freight has to go to the side. Freight has to wait. And most freight runs at night so that it's not in the way of passenger service, especially during rush hour. So during main hours of the day, passenger service always has priority, but only about 20 to 30% of freight traffic goes during daylight hours. After 6, 7 p.m., you see a lot more freight, but the passenger trains always have priority, but there's fewer passenger trains because they're not running. For example, between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., let's say 5 p.m., when the workday is basically done, you might have a train running from Bremen to Delmenhorst 6 times an hour, every 10 minutes. After 5 p.m., it might be 3 times an hour. After 10 p.m., between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., it might be twice an hour. And so then you'll see the freight uptick. There are trains where the last train to that town arrives in that town at 6:30, and then that town has no more train service.
Yeah, that's why over here on the old head code, the Class 1 train was a express passenger train. Freight trains were down 3, 4, 5, and so on. So yeah, even over here we had passenger was priority.
James, I needed to be reminded of that in my live stream yesterday. I definitely would give you a shout out. If you're here and you're not subscribed to James Dundas, James Galton, Dundas Junction Model Railroad. I still know him when he was James Galton, Dundas Junction. Please subscribe to him. Let's get him. He's so close to 1,000. And if anybody else is close to a number and you want to pop your number in, we'll try to get you. Now, we only have 11 people in the chat right now. Last week at this time, we had 22. But my problem is people see the numbers I have as subscribers and go, oh, hey, give me a shout out and help me get a lot. I don't have that influence. I gave somebody a shout out on a live stream last week ago and they gained 3 subscribers. The size of my channel, if you look at my subscribers, which is very close to 2,500, like I keep bouncing between, I'm 2 away to 4 away. You think I'm a bigger channel, but I'm not. You know, I might be able to get you 2 or 3 extra subs. Apparently, that's my influence. Anyhow, Greg, you were holding something up, and that looked like a DB Deutsche Bahn. Hang on,
nice class 60, that I think, isn't it? Is that a 60?
Hang on. We got a embiggen.
Yeah, that is a 60.
Yeah, there we go. Deutsche Bahn, baby. Deutsche Bahn.
It's a butterfly, is its name, and ran around the East Midlands.
Oh, Butterley Railway Centre. Yeah, I know it.
Deutsche Bahn, viva Bulldog! Yes, Deutsche Bahn.
He's off again.
even you.
Sorry, I started him off again.
Even you English crazy Englanders know Deutsche Bahn is the way to go.
Well, they even pull our royal family around.
Yeah.
I got news for you there, British dog. Your royal family is German.
Hey, Greg.
They're cows.
Buddy.
They're about as British as Sauerbraten and sauerkraut.
What?
The only thing they got in common is they're sauer too. Mit dem großen Ohren.
I don't know if you can see the
Yeah, Northlake, yeah.
Yeah, they operate the ferries between Shetland and Scotland.
Right.
I've got actually a full set for this train, but there's one particular thing on it. I don't know if you can see it. The nameplate.
No, I can't see the.
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, let me embiggen him.
Why am I?
Northlink, or even if I enlarge that all the way, that's just not going to be legible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's named after a friend. It carries the nameplates on honor of a friend of mine who's no longer with us.
See, you can't even read the damn thing. And you expect us hundreds of miles and thousands of miles away to read the thing? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I know.
I wish they hadn't have shown it. Now I've started him off.
Hang on.
Andy, I have a Bachman question.
Randall. He's Randall, by the way. I think you're calling him Andy. He's Randall.
Oh.
Sorry.
My locomotive
I
keeps,
changed the subject.
keeps
We'll go
puffing
East
smoke out
Midlands.
the sides instead of out the stack for some reason.
Cool.
Oh, nice. When I used to go to Nottingham, I used to see quite a few of those.
Yep.
Yeah, they were always ridden by a bunch of merry men, too.
Yeah. All green for some reason.
Yep.
There you are, Ant.
Right. There's nice
That's
view
my,
from
Hi, I'm Robin, and these are my merry men.
nice view from Nottingham Castle.
Yes.
Oh wait, now we got something else here. Everybody's showing off their locomotives. We've got a man contest going. Sorry. only because it's only men here.
CB.
That's right, Deutsche Bahn. You know where the butt is breaded, or the bread is buttered, or the schnitzel
Yeah,
is
nice Waco, yeah.
I just need the other one to go with it now.
Yep.
God, let's
Well,
readjust the
I've got-
balance.
Uh-oh.
I've got two of these. One's in
Somebody's-
PWS colours.
Somebody's
I've
going to
got
try
this
to
one, but
reference.
I can't run them together.
There we go. Something non-Deutsche Bahn though with that thing behind me, isn't it? Not helping.
Is
Yeah,
that a
Bill, you
Krieg
need to
lock
hold it
behind
up
you?
there, shorty.
It is a Krieg lock behind me. Yes,
Okay.
yeah. It's my one
Here-
Dapolo gauge pannier.
Great, Western. Great, Western. What's so great about it? Look, we name it great. It must be great. Great Western. Great Britain. Ha! We're Germany. We don't name ourselves Great Germany. We know we're great.
Yes, that one's at the Deutsche Technik Museum in Berlin.
See? German.
Yeah, my picture as well, actually. Yeah, from
Yep.
when I was 15. That's
Oh,
quite
you're
a
on the
bit
green.
blurry.
Oh, you're sat on the green screen, are you?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, he's actually, that's in his garage. He's got,
Wow,
I
you're
wish.
not garage. That's
I'd
good.
like to have a garage that size. If that's the case.
the
It's gonna
ticket
be like a
booth
large
and the
triple,
strange
isn't it?
little old man
Well,
that
what's
hasn't
this?
moved in the hour he's been on screen.
Yeah, he's stuffed.
He stroked out. He hasn't moved. He just saw the prices of the latest models.
Yeah, I'll go and poke him in a minute.
yeah.
It'll be fine.
Oh goodness! Everybody's got to hold something on the screen now.
Actually,
Hold on.
Oh, I got to log in. I'll be right back.
no,
Just
I'm
in a second.
sorry. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh
ya.
no. Oh no, yeah.
Sorry. Something happened. Mark unfortunately had a technical issue and has fallen off the screen.
Can you enlarge?
Oh
me,
wait,
please,
he's back.
so you can see the
Oh.
locomotive. I
Oh,
want
he's
to
going to
show.
fall off
No
again in a minute if
pause.
you're not careful.
Whoops, another technical issue. I don't know what's happening, Mark. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We don't understand what's going on there, Mark. Maybe try a different car. Maybe try a different piece of rolling stock. Maybe that'll work. Hey, guys, we're going to let...
This out. I know it's for that make. However, I will censor it for you if that's okay.
Censored.
It's actually a DB private owner wagon.
All right. Well, Chase was trying to show a locomotive he's got. All right. So what have you got there? Mark, you and your cat are on screen now.
Oh, that's probably.
Hey, that's X-rated. We can't have people petting there on screen. Captain Piko, if I do not get home.
If you live closer to Zantac, I would give you another cat, but I don't. I live too far away, so.
Captain Peacock, if I'm not home by 6 o'clock, my
FedEx.
bookie will be upset. And I am unanimous in this.
Yeah,
And
this
only the
particular
UK
wagon,
people get that reference.
And it says on the bottom, made in West Germany.
Dates it then.
Yeah.
How long has West Germany not been a country?
About
1990.
30 years. 35
Yeah.
years or so, yeah.
Stuff saying made in West Germany would have started disappearing 1991.
Fun
Just
fact.
goes
The
to show
war,
how I've got quite a few of old mini trick stuff of this.
Mini tricks, yeah.
yeah, the wall went up the year my mum was born, came down the year I was born. I was obviously too much for a threat.
Yeah, my grandmother was born in 1891 in a town that is now in Poland, but it was part of Prussia back then. Her bottom had stamped on it "Made in Prussia," but that's a different story.
I've actually got 11 of these things.
11 of those.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mark. Okay. No,
I was a good boy when I went looking at cars the other day. I stayed away from that brand.
good choice. These technical difficulties can spread. Hang on, guys.
Yeah.
I have to. Let me see. I have to bring some sense of normalcy to this world.
Can I show off my steam
Shit,
locomotive?
yeah.
I'll have to get me old Dodge out.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
Can I show off the
Yeah.
locomotive
Let's
I'm
see.
on?
Look. Yeah. Dodge. Right.
Oh
Dodge.
yeah, there you go.
There you go. Dodge. And of course, my Dodge. For those who don't know, the car in that picture, I owned that car. The car pictured was my Dodge Charger.
Nice.
And then actually a model of the car I currently drive, except mine's a 2014.
What's
But,
that? Dodge Challenger, is that? Or a Charger?
That's a Charger.
Oh, yeah, I
if
can
you
see
were playing
that.
with- If
The
you
other
were
bit of
playing with
reflection on the,
pathetic
yeah,
Ford
yeah.
things, if you were playing with it, you might know something. This car will beat any other car on the road, man. Bring out your Camaro and this will beat it, man. Bring out your Corvette, this will beat it, man.
That looks like a nice 440 there, Chase.
Yep, that is.
All that's
SMC.
great until you show them a corner.
Chase, it doesn't say Ford on it, does it? Let me get you up here. I'll let you stay on screen, Chase, as long as you don't have anything that says Ford on it.
I don't. There's
Oh,
nothing
good.
here.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah, this is SMC number 1. It's a completely custom.
Wow,
Nice.
that's
Well, that's
I like that.
Yeah, the paint on the tender is a little messy.
so you
And
painted that.
Spray painted, yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
The
Yeah.
paint on the tender is a little messy. I'm hoping to fix that.
Hey, call it rust. It's good.
Call it rust, it's good. Okay. Yeah. That is real wood in the tender, by the way.
It works very effectively, that.
it does.
No,
Yeah.
no, those are real sticks. Those are real wooden sticks.
Which, hey, you can't beat anything if you're gonna have if you have the real stuff. You can't say it
Yeah.
looks fake. Hey, your
Yeah.
wood looks fake. It's real wood.
And
Oh.
there's some 3D printed antlers on the front.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Oh,
there
very-
are. Okay, I wasn't seeing that from the one angle.
Yeah.
It
they're-
was hidden in the smokestack.
Yeah, they're colored black, so it's kind of hard to see.
Oh, those things need to be colored they're antlers, so
They need to be brown or like a light tan.
yeah, then they'd stand out. Or
I
even
did
silver,
that.
like they were, or bronze. Silver or bronze would look good
Well,
against
the,
the black.
on
It
the
would,
front of
yes.
that,
Bronze, man.
Right, flares out. Is that the,
It did have
what's the
American
rock?
flags on the front at one point, but they kind of snapped off, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
And if I turn it over, you'll actually see there's a
the
3D
driver
printed
falls
gear.
out.
There's a 3D printed drive gear underneath.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Because the original
Back up
gear.
the camera just a couple of inches because it's having trouble focusing. There we go. That's a
Okay.
little better.
Here, let me change the definition. So the original gear that was under it had
Whoops.
cracked and broke. So
Now it's frozen.
it's frozen now.
Ah, now it's unfrozen.
We're back. We're
There we
back.
go. The original gear had cracked and broken, so I 3D printed a brand new one, and it actually runs really good now. And
Well,
I
in some
added a-
cases, adding your own properly made stuff is an upgrade to some of these fast factory turnouts.
Yeah, the same thing with the little compressor on the side right there.
Oh, nice.
That's
It was a
3D
steel
printed.
pole train. I guess they're trying to outwest planes.
See, this is what we need to highlight more. Like, Nathan DeLay, who does all his trench art, pop can train related things. Just brilliant. Here's somebody that's custom designing pieces and painting. To all those people, like the hobby's dying, blah blah blah. These
No, it's
young
not.
people, and you'll have to excuse me as an old man calling you young people. It's purely out of
Hey, I'm
jealousy.
older than you.
Yeah. There's always somebody older. There's no matter who you are, there's somebody older.
I'm
Not
officially
me, I'm the oldest man on earth. Not
I'm
anymore.
officially a pensioner this year.
The paint scheme is
Yeah,
somewhat
you're
based on
officially a pensioner.
the paint scheme is somewhat
I've been a
based
pensioner
on
for
the
3
paint
years.
scheme from the Cannonball Express in Casey Jones.
I had to realize I've been
The,
retired for 3 years
coupling
now.
on-
This is my 3rd year not working.
Is that
Oh, I
motor in
haven't
the
worked
tender
for a long
driven on
time.
the driven locomotive?
Is what?
Motor in the tender, but driven at the loco wheels,
Yep.
connected by a drive shaft between the two.
There's your
Good
motor
night,
in there.
John. Thanks for
Ooh.
hanging out with us.
Good night,
Yes,
John.
James, Nathan is in Canada. He was on his way up to visit a couple
Yeah.
of people, I believe.
This train has actually the layout you saw behind me and this train have a lot of stories behind them.
Pardon me, boy, but is that the Chattanooga Choo Choo?
Yeah, the Chattanooga tender back there.
You're too young.
I actually do have the
I'm
full set.
29.
I actually do have the full Chattanooga.
No,
train
come on,
set.
that song was before our time too, Greg. We're all technically too young for that, but
The reason this
well,
engine, I made this engine was because I had one when I was very, very little.
so
So what
last
chassis
year.
was it
No, I'm
used then?
sorry.
Was it a kit?
And I loved the thing to death, but I had to send it back to Bachman and I got a brand new one of their new tooling ones. And then fast forward to 2022 or 2023, there a lot had came up for the this little guy. Oops, the camera's upside down.
Oh, for a second I thought you'd went to Australia.
No,
Yeah.
this. The eBay
Well, that's
listing that
nice.
came up that came with this thing, and I really wanted one of these. And
Yeah.
it came with the engine beside it. It had also came with a Bachmann Jupiter, a Bachmann 119, and a Bachmann Disneyland locomotive.
Cool.
And the Jupiter was in really rough shape. So when I got it, I didn't think much of it, and I was like, this thing has some history behind it, so I'm gonna restore it to as if it was brand new. And then eventually it became this, what it
Well,
is
I
now.
think you did an awesome job with that. That is a nice paint job. It
Yeah,
stands out. It's cool. You did a great job with that. I couldn't do something that nice.
Yeah. Can I tell you the story about my layout that you saw? My 3-layered layout?
Just 1 second, because I have to yell at somebody. Attila, we're talking about a song. Now, I realize that not being Waltzing Matilda, you might not have heard about it, but okay, please tell us about yours while Attila goes and solves.
Yeah, this layout is actually 3 stories tall.
Woo!
Technically 4, including the ground, but
Aha.
it started out with just the 1 layer you see in the middle of the screen there. And one Christmas, before Christmas, my grandpa had asked me, you wouldn't happen to have some Bachmann Easy Track to trade for some Tyco track? So I traded a Lupa track for an entire box of Tyco Brass track.
Oh, that's a deal.
And that Christmas, when I thought the track was completely gone, he gave me a key to one of the rooms downstairs, and that room had this entire setup, this layer and the top layer, in a back room. And the funnier thing is, the station you see right there, the red train station.
Just say, okay, now it's there. Okay, now we see it.
Yeah, he actually took that from me at one of our parties before Christmas, and I didn't notice until it was already gone.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I was sure there was a train station there.
Yeah, maybe I just dreamed it, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Hey,
And
man, wasn't there a station here?
And he built that little engine shed up there. And that's pretty much the story behind the top 2 layers
That's cool.
of my layout. Yeah, it all started with the bottom section, and then he built these 2 sections to go on top of it.
That's nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and he made the little Chaseville water tower right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
Customized.
Yeah. A lot of it is pretty much all him. You can see there's 2 loops of track on it.
See, if I try to customize anything and put it out there, I got to worry about Chrysler or Fiat suing me, even though it's my name.
Yeah. Yeah. As I've shown with this, I love customizing. I don't know if you saw my comment before I joined the stream, but I do 3D print stuff.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you go to my other channel, S&C Railway Lines, you'll see some 3D printed locomotives. Like, there you go. There's the top of a shell.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And I don't know if I showed this one on screen. I don't think I did on Nathan Delay's stream, but not on this one.
Okay. That's cool.
Based on
There's a 3D printer.
going the light where it's.
Attila Vargas says, Chase, your grandfather must be related to Anthony, who swapped out Artie's trains. Oh, what's this? I don't think Chase is swapping out trains, or, well, his grandfather's swapping out the station. Nobody swapped out Artie's trains. Artie does a lot of drugs, Attila. I hate to say this, and I don't want to bring it on, but I talk to Artie a lot. And
No, my grandpa just completely took my station from me, and I didn't even see it.
Artie, because of all the things he's been through, has been severely hampered in clear thinking.
Okay.
We won't
Hold
even
on, get to go
discuss
for a
the
little.
incident. We won't even discuss the incident with the bag of cocaine and the 3 wombats.
We're going to get to go for a little ride.
Yeah, this engine is based on Frisco Silver Dollar Line 76.
All right.
It doesn't have a smoke box. What's that noise?
I'm backing up.
But no, it's Randall. Randall's backing up.
Why is Randall backing up?
Because we're getting ready to head to West Plains to pick up a crew.
There's my 3D printer there.
All right, so Randall's taking off.
Well, I'm going to try to stay. I'm just going to kind of be in the background listening, but I'm going to stay on.
Yeah, well, it is. I really got to start winding this up.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll go ahead and drop off then, Anthony.
Okay, yeah, because it's 10 o'clock. I need to wrap this up.
All right, well, I'll catch you guys later.
Randall?
Yep, see you. Have a good one.
It's past
See you,
my
Randall.
time.
I'm glad I could show you guys all my stuff, though.
Well, we are more than happy to see more. We're here again next week because Lord knows when Artie will actually do a show again.
Lord knows. Did
Lord
you see my
knows.
3D printer?
And our Lord is Cthulhu, by the way. But yes, we saw you got a Forge World. Flash Forge, I mean, not Forge World. Forge World is Warhammer 40K.
So-
You are
else,
really
yes.
hooked on Ford, aren't you? You are really hooked
Sorry,
on
Christopher, you were here. My mind went to Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
When Christopher's around, I either go to Warhammer 40K or I go to Allo, or sometimes I just make any kind of reference to Sharp's rifles because that's my style, sir. When I see an opportunity, I take it. That's my style, sir.
Well done, sir.
Major Hogan's report differs somewhat slightly from yours.
Well, he's just an engineering officer.
It is I, Leclerc. All right. Anyhow, it is 10 o'clock. All right. It's 9:59 where I'm at. It is I, Leclerc. Oh, my dicky ticker.
Swiftly and with style. Yes.
Joyce loved that show, and the best thing is when Joyce does the she'll come up to me, oh Renee.
Yes.
Look at the
What were
alien.
you
Woman.
thinking?
Oh, we're getting a close up of the space aliens. But anyhow, it is, yeah, now it is officially 10 o'clock, which means some of you will be turning into pumpkins soon.
It's the Jetsons.
It's beautiful sunshine outside.
Okay, you'll turn into shiny pumpkins. But I want to thank everybody that hopped on. Some of you, we didn't let you talk as much, but then again, I don't let other people talk when I'm up. So, you know.
It's cool.
But want to thank Mark, Greg from down under, Mark from across the pond, Christopher from across the universe.
About right, yeah.
Chase
Is that
from
the
across
Jetsons
the
space
continent.
buggy?
Chase
I'm
from
in
across the
Missouri.
Great Divide.
Is that the Jetsons space buggy there?
No, it's a UFO. There's a box store of DIY, you know, sort of like B&Q in the UK. And they're called Menards, and they sell exclusive model train stuff, and that's their UFO kit.
Right.
Don't
also,
get too close because you might disappear and wake up
Just
not
remind me
knowing
of the
what
Jetsons.
happened, but unable to sit down for a little while.
Aliens with pickle halves.
So anyhow,
I also have the Arby's building.
why do I have a pickle house stuck in the jumper? Oh, my hinder. Okay, anyhow, again, I'm saying goodbye for the third time. So we got to cut. Chase, we got to cut everybody out of here because I really need to log off.
Okay.
That's code, people.
Hello. Bye, guys.
So take care. We'll see everybody later. Everybody wants to say goodbye. So until
Bye.
next Friday on my live stream, as opposed to next
Goodbye.
Saturday
Friday on my
on
live stream.
stream.
Back to where I started.
Okay. Back to where we started somehow, somewhere. But I want to say good night, Greg. It was great to see you.
Night,
Hopefully,
Anthony.
we added a couple of smiles to your day. And
Yeah, you did. Thank
Yeah.
you. I
Good.
needed it.
all right. So everybody else that's still there, I'm gonna just say the usual here. We're gonna say Auf Wiedersehen, Tschüss, and happy trains. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.